Hello and welcome to Geeks of the Round. I looked over there because normally my camera's over there. I'm Matt and I'm your host for today's finale episode discussion of Arrow. The episode name is Schism and it's episode 423. Let's introduce the panel. Lou, you have a lot of things to say about it, so I'm actually going to start with you first so you can get it over with. Go for it. What did you think of this episode?
Schism, it felt like it needed a jism all over its screen because this episode sucks so bad. A donkey would have had a better chance of getting laid than fucking anything on this stupid show. I'm glad starting going forward next season that we ain't talking about this shit.
All right, Charles, what did you think of the episode?
I liked it. I agree with your opinion. I think it was better than the Flash finale. Not by much, but it was still better. Nope. I actually thought the little speech thing where he was trying to inspire hope in all the people in the city, I thought that was damn inspiring. I did.
Because we're going to just run up on a fucking taxi in the middle of a goddamn riot. Yeah, let him try that shit in L.A. back when they were rioting back then. That shit wouldn't have flown. They would have pulled his ass off the hood of that car and whooped him.
That is absolutely not true. I think that in the LA riots, if fucking Spike Lee or fucking Shaquille O'Neal or someone who was associated with LA that much at the time had stood on top of a fucking car and started yelling to the people would have fucking listened. And that's what's going on here. There is nothing more Star City than Oliver Queen.
Nope, I don't buy it.
He is the most known person in the entire fucking city.
Fuck that shit. Shit was so phony.
He is to Star City what Bruce Wayne is to Gotham.
Yeah, he's also got 15,534 nukes to stop. Get the fuck out of here. They should have made it a little more realistic.
You don't think 15,000 nukes is realistic when you're talking about the entire world's nuclear armament?
Nope. That's an exaggeration.
Dude, Lou, I may not know the exact number, but I would have to assume that 15,000 is actually not as many as the world actually has.
The world don't have that many.
I would think that they do, and they probably have more.
They don't. They all signed a treaty, remember? The ones who have nukes are the fucking Koreans, and they're just being stubborn.
I don't know if that's an exaggeration, and if it is an exaggeration, I don't know how much of an exaggeration it is. There's no way for us to practically know. However, I don't think it is outside the realm of possibility. That's just, I mean, seriously, we've been building up nukes for a long fucking time. Figure that there's at least one nuke for every city with more than 10,000 people in it in the entire nation. That's how I see it. With, of course, some nukes overlapping. So if you were going to nuke Seattle, you wouldn't have to nuke Tacoma because it's literally right next door. But for the most part, I would think that there's at least one nuke per major city.
Dude, I'm glad the Flash ended the way it did because it could help fix this show's problem. This show sucks.
So yeah, Damien Dark steals the laptop, basically goes in there, threatens Felicity, I think Theo was there as well. Theo was definitely there as well. Basically says, you're going to help me basically reverse this. And instead of making them do that, he just steals a fucking laptop and has douchebag hacker do it instead.
Nice name.
Yeah. There's hacker, there's daddy hacker, and then there's douchebag hacker. Those are our three hackers. And then we have Mr. Terrific Hacker, who's not as much as a hacker as the other three. But yes, they have 2 hours to stop 15,000 nukes. However, the first one is going to arrive in Star City because of the fact that was launched from the shortest distance. And that is where, like, all of Star City is going fucking nuts. and that is the infamous scene that Lou is talking about, where Oliver stands on top of a cab and starts like rallying the troops and giving everyone hope.
See, I don't understand rioters, because why are you going to riot in your city and then create all this damage later on? It's like, why?
That's a very good question that you should ask LA. Seriously, those motherfuckers. I'm from LA, so I'm talking about myself as well. Those motherfuckers. It's like, the Lakers won. We should riot because they won. Like, we're so angry that our team won. Like, what the fuck? Seriously?
I mean, you're looting your own personal stores in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
All you're doing is increasing sales taxes and all that other shit.
Yeah.
Because it's the smart thing to do, really. And then we're fighting each other because we don't have nothing better to do because we have a nuclear warhead coming. So let's beat each other up.
I'm sorry, but if I were going to find out, this is the only circumstance in which this would happen. I want to put that out there. Only circumstance, because I know, because Charles has actually asked me about this shit before. If I found out a nuclear weapon was showing up in, say, 45 minutes to 2 hours, I would drive out to the fucking Bunny Ranch and be like, here, this is all my money. Like, yeah. I would die having sex.
You're going out with a bang.
I'm going out with a bang.
One hell of a bang.
Yeah.
Poor Whedon would go out with no AC.
Yeah, knowing my luck, that's probably true.
But in any case, so yeah, Thea ends up threatening Dark's daughter and saying, "Hey, I'll kill your daughter if you don't let Felicity's mom go," because Felicity's mom was the one under that. And so Dark let Felicity's mom go for some strange reason, because no one is under the understanding, except apparently Felicity, that if they bend or break on this particular thing, everybody's going to die. Like, who the fuck cares if Thea's going to kill your daughter if your daughter's going to be dead in 40 minutes anyway, by your hand?
True.
I think he did not want his daughter to be killed before the actual explosions. He wanted his daughter to be with him when the bombs dropped. That way they die together. But in this situation, she would have died before him, and so even though she'd be dead, he would basically witnessing the end of the world on his own. He would literally have nobody.
And I feel so very bad for him.
Well, I can sense the sarcasm in your voice, but still, I mean, you kind of do. I mean, I got to admit, I kind of sympathize with him in that situation. It's like, look, I mean,
all he has to do is, not kill everybody.
Well, his wife is dead, and he's like super, super pissed.
Oh, and why is his wife dead? That's right, because he's trying to kill everybody, except his wife and his daughter. But still,
she's dead because she took an arrow to the chest that didn't go no deeper than the inch of that arrow. Oh, but to top it off, the icing on the cake was she got crushed by the rocks from the roof.
Yeah, it wasn't the arrow that killed her. It was the fucking falling building.
Yeah, but sorry to say this, but Damien Dark dies the same fucking way because Oliver decides to stab him, doesn't go in further than a fucking inch, but yet Damien Dark died. Get the fuck out of here. Make me believe this shit. If you're gonna stab him, make the fucking motion to the neck. You can't read.
Lou, I think Oliver killing Damien Dark, the way he killed him, was symbolic, because it was the same way that Damien killed Laurel.
And Laurel dies with an arrow going no more than a fucking inch in her chest.
Here is what I think was a missed opportunity. Is at one point, a little after this, when they're actually having the fight between Damien Dark and Oliver, Damien Dark's all like, "Oh, you nullified my magic? That's okay. I'm a fucking former member of the League of Assassins."
Oh, God.
Why didn't Oliver go, look, bitch, I was Ra's al Ghul, so fuck you. Like, seriously.
See,
Like, I ran the League of Assassins.
either Oliver's skills have seriously diminished, or Damien Dark's fighting skills were that much better than Malcolm's. Because Damien handled Oliver relatively easily in that fight.
And Oliver generally can win against Malcolm. Generally.
In hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
So that's what, dude, I love the fact that the team quit. I want Oliver, see, next season you got 5 episodes to win me over. If you can't, you're done. But the fact that everyone kind of quit makes the show grounded and deals particularly with Oliver being the vigilante.
Yes, and that is actually pretty cool. However, they did not quit. They are on hiatus.
They need to just stay away.
They're going to be back by the end of next season, by the beginning of next season. And the thing is,
I don't think so. Not. I guess we're going there because who the fuck cares? I think the only other person other than Felicity and Oliver who's going to be on the team is Curtis.
Yeah.
I
have a feeling it's going to be Curtis, Felicity. When she can help us, she's probably going to be, who knows, maybe she'll be back in charge at Palmer Tech and she'll be more focused as a CEO going forward. And Curtis will help Oliver with some of the other shit while Felicity runs the day-to-day. And I don't want Thea back on the team. She could be a side character like a loving sister, but she needs to go hone in her skills. Maybe she should go away and refine her martial arts.
I'm convinced that's what she's going to do during the summer break, that she is going to go maybe to the League of Assassins and go, hey, train me some more, bitch.
We have no League of Assassins.
Oh, that's a good point. Well, she can still go to Talia al Ghul.
True.
All right, you know what?
Introduced her.
She was technically introduced in Legends of Tomorrow, but she was still a kid. No, that's actually a theory that I can bring up, is that Season 5 is going to introduce Talia al Ghul. And here's another add-on to my theory. Talia al Ghul will not be introduced in present day. She will be introduced in the flashback for next season.
So she'll be in Russia?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I liked that. That actually sounds like a really good idea.
Yeah.
And maybe it's her that ends up being the one who has taken over that village or whatever, the Russian village.
They already confirmed it's a guy named Kovar. It's a dude. Yeah. Yeah,
but Kovar could be Ra's al Ghul's right-hand man from the comics. I forgot the dude's name. But the big bulky guy who's always like, oh, I can beat Batman, and he never does.
Are you talking about Bane?
No.
No, not Bane. Right. Oh my God. I'm sorry, Charles. I had to hide Charles from the hangout because he thinks that Bane worked for Ra's al Ghul.
Well, he's referring to Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, and that tells you how much of travesty the Christopher Nolan movies were. In any case, all right, yes, he's like begging to get brought back in. Let's.
Hey, be happy he's focused.
Yeah, that's true. There you go, Charles.
The thing is that I know Bane was not a member of a League of Assassins in the comics. I know he wasn't. But when you said big guy that could always wanted to beat Batman but couldn't, the only person that came to mind was Bane.
I forgot dude's name, but it's not Bane. It is Ubu. U-B-U. Basically, he is Ra's al Ghul's bodyguard. Basically, he always thought that he could beat Batman, and he fought Batman like 80 times and never even really came close.
So he went 0 for 80.
Yeah, basically. He's all like, "Oh, Batman's weak now, so I can beat him this time." And yeah, that should.
And let me guess. After the battle, he goes, "Next time, Batman. Next time, I'll get you."
I wouldn't know he's unconscious after every fight.
Oh well, when he gets up.
But in any case, but yeah, if they end up using different names, oftentimes both in the comics, they often will use other names. And who the fuck is trying to contact me? I just got a message from you, Charles, asking if we're starting the hangout. So,
that was sent 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, I sent that like a while ago.
In any case, so and I keep looking over there. There's no camera there. Hi. But no, I mean, I think it would be kind of cool if it were Ubu under the direct supervision of Talia al Ghul.
See, I would like that flashback scenario. That's kind of cool.
Here's the thing. With Talia al Ghul potentially being introduced next season, either in the flashback or in the present day, I'm hoping for the flashback, I don't think she's going to be a villain. I don't think she is.
Oh, so Oliver is going to fall in love.
Well, the thing is that we all know that pretty much for the past 4 seasons of Arrow, they've basically been taking story arcs, and plot lines from fucking Batman. So I would not be surprised at all if they decided to create a potential romance between Oliver and Talia. I would not be surprised by that at all.
I think it would actually be pretty cool. But that's just it, is for that to happen, Oliver has, because this is the Al Ghul way, as it were, if that is their actual last name, because fuck if I know. Basically, he has to do something. He has to defeat her for her to give him respect. And like, Ra's al Ghul did not give any respect to Batman in the comics until Batman had defeated him. And Batman defeated him soundly. And he's all like, oh, shit. Maybe you're worthy of taking over for me. Now, they kind of cheated that in Arrow. Instead of defeating Ra's al Ghul, he just had to survive Ra's al Ghul.
Well, they changed it up a little bit for TV.
Yeah, but maybe Oliver just has to survive Talia, or maybe he has to beat Talia, or Talia to consider him for anything. Because here's the thing, is you don't do those things. Those things aren't something that is considered possible. Beating Talia al Ghul or surviving Ra's al Ghul, those are not things that happen. Like, they never happen. So if they were to happen in that rare instance, that's when people fucking pay attention.
See, you know what? As much as that theory sounds good, I don't think it's going to happen, because he's never mentioned the League of Assassins until season 1 Malcolm, when he found out through Malcolm.
Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. Maybe he doesn't know that it's the League of Assassins.
Could be. I mean, I like that theory. It makes great sense. But just thinking back to what happened during season 1, then they would, I mean, hey, the show could retcon some shit, let's be real. That's what I'm hoping they do with Flash. Because what Flash did has to affect Arrow in some way.
Didn't they say that it wouldn't affect Arrow in any way?
But that's what Stephen Amell says. But in reality, it has to do something, because they're technically the same universe. They're literally what?
It's not technically. It's actually fact. They are the same universe.
Well,
no, that's just it. No, that we're using the wrong words here. I understand why you're saying universe, because that's the word that everyone is using in this particular case. Probably a better way to phrase it, just because of this differentiation. It is a shared storyline. Because of the fact it's not the same universe, because we have multiple fucking universes on The Flash. Each Earth is part of its own universe. Earth 2 is part of Universe 2. So we can't really use the word universe in regards to shared if we're talking about Flash at the same time.
Yeah, but the thing is that with Flash and Arrow, in order to travel between the cities, they don't have to leave some sort of like trans-dimensional barrier. They have to just get in a car or run super fast just to go to the city nearby. And
that's actually why I gave the wild speculation. Well, one of the reasons why I gave the wild speculation yesterday, that we're going to continue to have the same Flash storyline going on with a separate Flash storyline going on in the past is because of the fact that if Barry reset everything, then the Arrow storyline couldn't continue. The Arrow storyline would be completely wiped off, and it would piss off everybody. So there has to be a way to keep Cisco and Caitlin and all of that whole storyline going, because that's the one that's running in conjunction with Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And then what we mentioned earlier, the movie universe is Earth Zero. And,
you think so?
And Supergirl's Earth is Earth Prime.
That's stupid.
But that's how they're going to incorporate her into this universe. They're going to merge her Earth with ours. Because remember, Flash never talked about it when he got back, unlike the way they did on her show. But his script was already written.
Yeah.
And that's why they didn't touch on it that much.
So
and that just kind of pissed me off that he didn't mention that. But
so Supergirl's Earth is Prime Earth, or Earth Prime.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to name it that, but
Remember,
the combination of universes, as it were, I could absolutely see happening. I hope it doesn't, but I could see that happening.
We broke it down because the chat was going and everybody was throwing out the logic, and they all came down to Supergirl is Earth Prime because her Earth was never numbered.
Well, that's because, yeah, why would they number it? It's not part. It hasn't been part of the Flash show yet.
So now going forward, that's how they'll probably retcon it into this shared universe or this shared storyline going forward.
Yeah. Let me see. So Thea goes to go find herself. Diggle goes to go find himself, I guess.
Yeah, but his wife wasn't too happy.
No, his wife was not happy at all. But he went to go find himself in a military uniform. So I think that fucker is going to go do some secret ops somewhere, and then he's going to come back hard charging, ready to rumble again.
Okay, so I'm going to threaten my wife and daughter repeatedly, and the way you're threatening them, no. I'm sorry.
If it was a stranger, then yeah, kill him. But he was his family. I mean, even though he wants to protect his
brother no more. He was.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here. They have a super fucking prison. They have a super fucking prison that is in the middle of the China Sea that they could have thrown him into.
Are you talking about Lian Yu?
Yes, I'm talking about Lian Yu.
Yeah, he would have found a way to break out.
There's only one person who's ever broken out of that.
Oliver Queen.
Nope, Slade.
Slade Wilson. And there's actually two people already there, and it's Slade Wilson and Captain Boomerang.
Yeah.
We won't get Boomerang back no time soon.
No, because of fucking Suicide Squad. Even though I think the Suicide Squad version of Captain Boomerang is going to be 1,000 times better than Captain Boomerang on Arrow.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't use them correctly.
Let's talk about the flashbacks. I hated the flashbacks.
Oh, God.
I was hoping the flashbacks would end up coming up with, a purpose, that they'd have a purpose in the storyline. That in the final episode, Oliver Queen would learn something about this idol that would allow him to beat Damien Dark later. But that shit didn't happen. There was literally no point to the storyline at all in the flashbacks. And that was for the entire season. If they would have just gone, and because of the tattoos on your arm, which they did hint at before, but because of the tattoos on your arm, you're able to channel white magic. And if he had channeled white magic in the flashbacks, even if he didn't know it, that would have at least been something. But he didn't do shit. There was no point to these flashbacks whatsoever.
The only point,
next year's flashbacks.
The only thing it did was show the idol in two different spots. That he's seen it before.
Yeah.
And that he experienced magic. That's all it really did. Because, him breaking her neck, then the crew getting ready to gun him down. It's like, Dude, Oliver got fling like a whoopee cushion. He should have had some. I mean, he got shot with the dark magic. He should have been walking like he was hurt.
And then, and of course, the Amanda Waller basically goes, "Hey, you can go home or you can work for me," and he's all like, none of the above.
I've got something to do. I have to keep my promise.
Yes. And final scene, I don't know if it was the final scene, but of course we end up seeing in present time, Oliver becomes mayor of Star City. Like, that was a huge surprise. We all fucking knew it was going to happen. At least, I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen before he even ran for mayor, and I said it in the Hangouts. But yeah, he's now mayor.
Yeah, he became the mayor. Good for him. Going
How are you going to be mayor and Arrow at the same time, though?
Because Arrow works at night.
Yeah, so does the mayor. Ever been to a city council meeting? Those things don't happen during the day.
I take it you have. I ain't got time for that shit.
I've been to far too many. Yeah, but those things happen at night. And you know what else happens at night? Fundraisers. Like, he's going to have a hard fucking time doing that shit. I'm just saying.
Didn't that guy, that city council member, say, well, you'll only be mayor till August when we can hold a formal election?
Yeah, but there's no way he's not going to be elected mayor unless they pull some bullshit. Which they're probably going to pull some bullshit.
Or he says, you know what, I gave it a shot, and I can't live the double life being the mayor in this, so I gave up being the mayor. Because the salary sucks.
Maybe he'll hand it off to Felicity. He'll endorse Felicity.
Could be.
I don't know. So do we have any further wild speculation?
I do. I have a wild speculation, and I've actually been trying to hold on to this fucking speculation for the past 10 minutes.
For wild speculation.
Yeah. My wild speculation has to do with the theory of Oliver meeting Talia al Ghul in Russia during the flashback. Well, my theory is that, and this is pretty fucking out there, is that she's going to show up in the present day with a little boy, probably around a toddler's age, and says, "Oliver, this is your son. His name is Damian Queen."
Oh no, that would hurt my brain so much.
Matt, do me a favor. Give him the Isaiah moment. That deserves Isaiah's moment.
No, it doesn't. It's freaking awesome. It's perfect for wild speculation because it's fucking wild.
It is pretty fucking wild.
It still deserves a fucking Isaiah moment.
Find out that this fucking 4-year-old, 5-year-old toddler fucking kicks everyone's ass. Watch that shit.
But he wouldn't be 5 years old.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah. Well, no, he wouldn't, because in the current
4 years old. Yeah.
No, in the current setup of the for every year for each flashback over the course of that season's flashback, wasn't it a year in that flashback?
Yes.
So that means he would meet Talia al Ghul during the
year before.
Fuck off, Matt. You're right. Fuck off. Fuck off. God damn it, my math is all kinds of fucked up right now.
It's not actually math.
It's common sense.
Yeah, it's 5 years between the flashback and the current story. That's not actually math. It's always 5 years. The only, I guess, the math involved would be you have to minus 9 months for pregnancy.
So he'd be around 4 or 5 years old.
But yeah, like 4.5, somewhere in there.
Okay.
We'll see the storyline wouldn't introduce no toddler. The storyline would introduce, at best, an 11 or 12-year-old preteen.
Why?
Yeah.
Because that's how he's introduced in the movieverse for the animated series.
Yeah. That is true. However, if they were going to do it next season, there's no way he could be 11. But who knows? Unless we find out that Talia al Ghul was someone else that Oliver Queen was fucking when he was in high school.
Oh, God. Everything reverts back to him being the Playboy gigolo.
Yep. But
the thing is that Talia would still be pretty well into her adult years when she would fuck Oliver as a high school student. That's kind of fucked up.
Dude.
All right, a college student.
No. Matt. Whedon, you haven't lived until you've had an older woman.
No, Whedon, remember that Talia al Ghul has access to, or had access to, the Lazarus Pit, which means she could be any fucking age that they want to cast her as.
And she also had special sensu beans.
Those fucking herbs and their age reduction. God damn it.
Fucking magic herbs. And on that note, we're going to wrap up. I want to thank everyone for watching. Check out geeksaround.com, youtube.com/geeksaround, or check out our forums at forums.geeksaround.com. Give us a call at 801-609-4687. That's 801-609-GOTR. I want to thank everyone again for watching. Oh, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. And we'll see you for Game of Thrones, because this is it, folks. Other than Game of Thrones, we don't got shit until the fall. So yay! All right, not yay for you guys, but yay for us, because I get a break. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye. Hold the door.